What's up, Commanders? Today's episode, we're going to go over all the unique character classes and combinations. We're going to also discuss some BioWare freebies, and maybe, just maybe, I might have a special announcement coming out. So, stay tuned, and we'll see you on the other side. First things first, welcome back. I gotta say, honestly, I am overwhelmed by the amount of support the last video got. Within less than 48 hours, we're not even at the 48-hour mark, we have already exceeded 4,500 views, and subscribership has jumped over 500% for the channel. So thank you guys so much, everyone that took the time to watch, comment, like, subscribe. Truly, we appreciate it so much, more than we can even convey in words. So thank you. I love you guys. So now let's go over some of the things that have just come out. Mass Effect EA has just released a free art creator. So basically you can go on to their website, and I'll have a link below that you can go on and create your own screensaver. It's really cool. I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time going over the freebies because there's a couple of videos already out about it, and really it's better to just go to the website and check it out. I'll make sure the links are in the comment section or in the description below. The second piece that came out was Mass Effect bonus content download. So you get 88 iconic tracks, 2 PDF art books, 2 PDF comic books, and a Normandy digital lithograph. As you can see, the thumbnail already has a portion of the lithograph I've used. I downloaded it. I didn't realize it was 88 songs, so had to clean up some room on my in my memory. But they're there. I don't know how long I'm going to keep them, or if I transfer them over to the cloud or what. But I got them for now, so we'll keep. We'll put some in our videos coming up, and hopefully everyone enjoys it. What I really wanted to discuss today was going over the character creation, and hopefully it's one of these sides. Hopefully my editing skills are put to the test, and you can see a video. I screen grabbed some of IGN's video about a month ago about all the changes in the, they really dove into the artistic piece of it and all the stuff BioWare did to make this Legendary Edition or dream become a reality. But I wanted to go over the character piece because there's a couple important parts they pointed out. First, when you create your Shepard in Mass Effect 1, when you download the game and start in Mass Effect 1, you actually create a unique seed code inside your game that will be spawned and copied across the rest of the trilogy. So the character you create, they're bringing in all the digital assets from Mass Effect 3's character creation model down to 1, and you'll be able to carry it across all of your trilogy playthrough. So that's pretty awesome because it wasn't always that way, relying on save file transfers and everything, and it wasn't the most effective way to keep your character whole, and might have disparaged the the immersion a little bit. Additionally, let's say for whatever reason in the future you don't feel like playing 2 or 3 or 1 or 2, and you just want to start at 3 or you want to start at 2. They actually added Dark Horse's Mass Effect Genesis interactive comics as an optional way of making choices for plots, plot choices and romance options for jumping into 2 or jumping into 3. So you don't have to start at the beginning of the trilogy. You can kind of just go through creating your backstory per se that way, which is cool. I'm sure there's there's going to be a few people that do that maybe right at start. I don't plan on. I plan on doing 100% playthrough, which is something I haven't done with the trilogy, so I'm super excited to do that in a new digitally enhanced 4K Ultra format. But speaking of characters, let's dive into everything that you have in your character creation. So you're going to start with picking your gender. You're going to pick your pre-service history. You're going to pick your psychological profile, your military specialization. It's a tough word to say, apparently. And New Game Plus. So we'll go into all that. I do want to point out, based on whether you pick Standard Shepard, Fem, Bro, whatever, which way you go, or create different iterations of your Shepard, the classes and profiles and specializations all combined create 108 unique combinations. So that means you have 108 ways to play this game that would not repeat the first time. I don't know if I'm up for that challenge, But let me know in the comments below if any of you are up for that challenge of playing the trilogy 108 times and never repeating itself once. If I was wearing a hat, it would be off to you. So, let's start with the backstory, pre-service history. You can choose to be a spacer, which that's defined as both of your parents were in the military, alliance military. Your childhood was spent on ships and stations as they transferred from posting to posting, never staying in one location for more than a few years. Following your parents' footsteps, you enlisted at the age of 18. So basically your backstory is, you're an army brat and you follow your parents around, and as soon as you were old enough, you enrolled yourself. I will note the one super cool thing about Spacer, depending on some of the options that you live out in the game, you do have the ability to interact with Mama Bear Shepard in Mass Effect 1 and 3. So that's really cool, and I look forward to doing that because I didn't know that was a thing, and I don't remember if I did interact with her in 1. I certainly don't remember in 3, so I'm excited to, as I map out my 100% playthrough, to have that encounter and filmed. So that's really cool. The other piece that you can have, let me go over that here, is Colonist. You were born and raised on Mindor, a small border colony in the Attican Traverse. When you were 16, slavers raided the Mindor, slaughtering your family and friends. You were saved by a passing Alliance patrol, and you enlisted in the military a few years later. So that's a pretty cool backstory. That's actually one I chose a few times. And finally, Earthborn. You were raised as an orphan on the streets of the greater megatropolises covering Earth. You escaped the life of petty crime and underworld gangs by enlisting in the military when you turned 18. That one actually is a really cool soldier playthrough, especially if you're going for Renegade. I definitely will probably try that one at least once myself. So let's go through the psychological profile here. Basically, this dictates how you're going to act. It helps build the role-playing aspect of your character. So, your miniature backstory per se, Soul Survivor. During your service, a mission you were on went horribly wrong. Trapped in an extreme survival situation, you had to overcome physical torments and psychological stresses that would have broken most people. You survived while all those around you fell, and you're alone to tell the tale. So that basically gives you that you survived a horrific event, and it plays into your psyche as you go through the trilogy of things that you dealt with, and how do I want to say, demons you carry with you, so to speak. Next up, we have War Hero. So, War Hero is early in your military career, you find yourself facing an overwhelming enemy force. You risked your own life to save your fellow soldiers and defeat the enemy despite impossible odds. Your bravery and heroism have earned you medals and recognition from the Alliance fleet. This is probably my favorite one. I think a lot of people want to be the hero of their own story. So, I hope a lot of you play this one. I'm sure you have. It's a really good backstory. Especially it really goes in with Spacer, which I think is definitely the first two that I'm leaning towards, Spacer, War Hero. But we'll keep you posted on that as we get closer, because we're 8 days away. And finally, Ruthless. Throughout your military career, you have held fast to one basic rule. You get the job done. You've been called cold, calculating, brutal. Your reputation for ruthless efficiency makes your fellow soldiers wary of you. But when failure is not an option, the military always goes to you first. So that's a pretty cool one too. I haven't done a lot of Renegade, mostly Paragon playthroughs, and I definitely haven't done a Ruthless one. So I might do FemShep Ruthless and see how that goes. That might be my second playthrough. We'll keep everyone posted. Let me know what you're thinking below in the comment section. And finally, we're going to go over military specialties. I'm done. I can't say that word apparently. So at first up, you have Adept. Adepts are the biotic sentinels. Through upgraded implants, they can use their biotic powers to lift or throw objects, shield the squad, disable and destroy enemies. Adepts can only use light armor, and they only receive weapons training for pistols. Next is engineer. Engineers, they are tech specialists. They have their Omni tool. They can decrypt security systems, repair and modify technology, disrupt enemy weapons and their shields, and also heal their squad. Downfall though, engineers can only use light armor, and you can only receive weapons training with pistols. Side note though, they do have an effect, a small effect on Mass Effect 3's Omega DLC if you play the trilogy as an engineer. It's just a different Paragon dialogue option. I don't want to go too much into it, spoil it for anybody, but there is a payoff for those of you that play engineer and obviously complete the Omega DLC if you have not before. Infiltrators combine combat and tech abilities to specialize both in disabling enemies at long range or killing them. They're trained to use their Omni tools, focusing on decryption and offensive abilities. They don't necessarily do a lot with healing, but they also have pistols and sniper rifles along with medium armor. So they're a little bit beefier as far as the armor goes. And for those of you that enjoy playing with sniper rifles, there you go. Sniper rifles, in my opinion, aren't that great in this game, but I'm not a big sniper in any open world or game that has gunplay that I use anyways. Sentinels combine both the biotic and the tech, typically using their abilities for biotics to advance healing skills and defend allies, but they can also disrupt with their attacks. They actually are more efficient at tech and biotics than other classes, but they have the expense of armor and not being able to defend themselves very well. So only using light armor, and they receive 0 weapon training. But if you're really into playing with the biotics, but you also want the benefit of the tech, and that's perfect for you. Because especially in 4K Ultra, this game, the biotics attacks, it's going to look amazing. So I'm super excited for it. I hope you guys are too. A soldier, that is the best one for run and gun. They have the best. They start off with the best armor at medium armor and can specialize in heavy armor. So really, you can just run around a map throwing grenades. You have the high impact incendiary high impact bullets, incendiary ammo, and they're just the best with the weapons. I will note there used to be a penalty for accuracy with the soldier class, or I'm sorry, with using a weapon that did not pertain to your character, but that has since been lifted, so there is no Mass Effect 1 accuracy penalty anymore. And then finally, Vanguards, which I think is the one I'm going to play as. Vanguards are biotic warriors that are both combining biotics and weapons to take down opponents, and are especially deadly at short range. The big thing with them is the shotguns, but as IGN reported last month, that there's no class restrictions to weapons anymore, which is really cool. So if I can use my assault rifle with my Vanguard and have the ability to both use biotics that are going to look awesome in 4K, and also be deadly with the assault rifle, then I'm going to do that. So super excited for that. Lastly, we have the Play Plus, the new one where you can basically save your New Game Plus. You can complete the main story, go back a second time to get to level 60. It was a big deal kind of in the first one because they upped the level and you couldn't get the leveling up to 60 if without playing it twice. They've since kind of tinkered with the XP, so you can actually get a level 60 in a first playthrough now, as opposed to having to play the game twice. So that's really cool. I hope I'm a level 60. I should be a level 60 when I finish, but you all hopefully will join the journey and watch as we get there. So you can do a level 60 in a single run now. There is enough XP for it, so it should be super fun and easily achievable. But that's pretty much it for the character creation. And finally, one last note I will add. I did reach out to EA, and I did get a response. So maybe, just maybe, we might get some some secret information that's not been either released or highlighted enough by the bigger outlets. And it's not just the standard thanks for emailing us response. There was actual conversation. So I was really surprised, considering, you know, this channel is not large by any means, but we did get a response, and I don't want to overpromise. I don't want to say I'm going to get it. I hope I do. Fingers crossed, because you guys deserve it. You guys deserve as much intel and stuff about the game we can get prior to the release. And I know this community that's following this channel is really loving Mass Effect. So hopefully we get a special surprise. But I'll keep everyone posted with that. Fingers crossed that we get there. So that's it for today's video. I hope you like it. Leave your thoughts and comments below. Let us know if you're going to do the 108 combination playthrough. I'm definitely, I can go on record now saying I'm not. Or, you know, what character you're going to create. You know, what's your backstory. What's your character class. We listed them all through here. I'll put them in the description as well, so it's easy to reference. You know, I think I'm going to be a spacer war hero Vanguard. Let me know what you guys think of that and what you want to play as. So that'll end today's video, and we'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.